Baraka Yasirullah, Bahashem Yahweh. All praises, glory to Yahweh, Hallelujah, praise Yahweh. And saying that, learn to understand what you worship. Because at the end of the day, through a lack of understanding, although y'all have the biblical or religious teaching, yet through these teachers and cultural practices, y'all become enemies to Yahweh God, not even understanding that you are an enemy to Yahweh God. You understand me? Because see, understand the commandments is not taught into the church. And the church is not designed to teach you the commandments. You understand me? Because see, understand the commandments is a divine governance system. And the church focuses on the philosophical system of the commandments. So therefore, y'all become enemies to Yahweh God because you lack understanding of what you worship. Let me get James 4:4 right quick. And then let me go ahead on into the book of let me get Micaiah. I'm gonna get Micaiah 3 and I'm gonna start at I start at 5. James chapter 4 verse 4. Ye adulterous and adulteress. Now when he say adulterous and adulteress, he talking about idolization, idol worshiping. Because anything outside of the commandment is idolization. Ye adulterous and adulteress, know you not that prince of the world is the enmity with Yahweh? Now the word enmity is a variant. You understand me? Now let's read that again. Ye adulterous and adulteress, know you not that prince of the world is the enmity with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore be a friend of the world is an enemy to Yahweh. Meaning that you all are enemies to Yahweh through your religious teachings. Because you lack understanding of what you worship. You understand me? So therefore, through a lack of understanding, y'all idolize. So therefore, y'all become enemies to Yahweh God. You understand me? Because see, what happened is that y'all embrace the commandments of man, whether it's the political commandment, not the political commandment, it's like whether it's the politics of it, or the religious philosophy. You understand me? Y'all are friends with the philosophical nature of man, whether it's religiously, politically, economically, or culturally. At the end of the day, the material matters of the world is against Yahweh God, and Yahweh God is against the material matters of this world, whether it be from the celestial objects in space and here on this earth. You understand me? Micaiah chapter 3, verse 5. Thus said the Lord concerning the prophets that make my people err, that bite their teeth and cry. Now when it says err, it means that they go off. You understand me? I'm gonna give you an example. Say like the church teach you that long as you believe in Jesus who don't exist, long as you believe in him, you can do anything that you want to do. Now you err in that scripture. You err, you falsify that scripture because you can't do what you want to do. Due to the fact of that you believe in, or you have a belief system. You understand me? It is what it is. See, that's where the iniquities come in, because the lifestyle y'all live outside of your faith. Let's read that again. Micaiah chapter 3 verse 5. Thus said the Lord concerning the prophets that make my people err, that bite their teeth and cry peace, and he put it not into their mouths. They even prepare war against him, meaning that y'all religious leaders prepare war against Yahweh Shai, against Yahweh God. You understand me? By not teaching the commandments. And therefore you all don't understand the commandments because it's not being taught to you. So therefore through your religious teachings, y'all become enemies to Yahweh God. You understand me? See, so understand what y'all worshiping. Learn and understand what this political game is about. Because see, at the end of the day, many die outside of their faith, despite their confessions of their baptism. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so that's what y'all, one thing y'all have to learn and understand. Okay? And saying that, let me go ahead on into Revelations. Let me get Revelations 12. Because see, understand, we living in the times to where this world is coming to a close. You understand me? And you have a lot of events that's taking place. Political, cataclysmic, astronomical events that's going to bring about the end of the world. You understand me? See, so we living in a time where it's time to come and understand what you worshiping, and a lot of y'all need to learn and understand what y'all worshiping. You understand me? Because at the end of the day, y'all go against Yahweh God through y'all religious teachings. Y'all are enemies. You understand me? Let me get Revelation 12, and let me get verse 12. Revelations, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. And those that dwell in the heavens, he's talking about those celestial objects. You understand me? Let's read that again. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Now, woe means destruction. And in the inhabitants, he's talking about all the tribes that's on this earth, including Israel. Let's read that again. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And now when he says that devil coming down but a short time through the religious teachings, y'all think that's talking about who y'all call Lucifer, Satan. You understand me? And that's not the case. You understand me? What he's talking about, the devil that come down is talking about the physical nature of man. Because the physical nature of man is deceitfulness. You understand me? The physical nature of man is wickedness. You understand me? Let me get Genesis 3. And let me get 1. I'm gonna get Genesis 3. I'm gonna go to verse 1. Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than the beast of the field which the Lord Yahweh had made. I mean, it's tricky. You understand me? The physical nature is very tricky. It's very deceitful. Let's go to verse 13. Down to verse 13. And the Lord Yahweh said unto the woman, What is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent glued me, and I did eat. Meaning the physical nature tricked her. You understand me? Because the physical nature told her, did God say eat, or did man say eat? You understand me? Because Adam told woman not to eat. Yahweh God didn't tell woman not to eat. He commanded man, and man commanded woman. See, so therefore, he hearkened to the physical nature. You understand me? It is what it is. All right, see, so understand that serpent symbolizes the physical nature. Let me get 2 Corinthians, I believe, right? Second Corinthians, what, 11? Let me get 2 Corinthians 11 and 3. I'm going to start at 2. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband, that ye may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ. And what he talking about, not talking about sexual nature. He's talking about not idol worship, he's talking about worship. You understand me? I wouldn't say idol, because anything outside of the commandments is idol. Let's read that again. For I am jealous over you with a godly jealousy. For I espouse you to one husband, and that husband is Yahweh Shai, that I may present you as chaste virgins to Christ. Meaning that your heart is not, you're not an idolization. Like a lot of you all, I'm gonna give you an example. Say like a lot of you all call yourselves Christians, right? But yet y'all in idolization. Although you believe and quote the scriptures, but yet you're in idolization. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so understand that anything outside of the commandments is idolization. Your heart has to be on Yahweh God, because Yahweh God brought forth those commandments. Those commandments is Yahweh God. You understand me? In that way, in that sense. Let's read that again. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. For I espouse you to one husband, that I may present you as chaste virgins to Christ. Meaning that you worship in Christ, not any other thing outside of Christ. Like the government, money, materialism that people worship and obey. Verse 3. But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through the subtle, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ. Meaning that your mind plays tricks on you. Like that song, the Ghetto Boys. My mind is playing tricks on you. See, your mind can tell you this, but then your mind told you this, but then it's not that. You understand me? The devil is a deceitful nature. You understand me? So when he's talking about the serpent, the devil is talking about the physical nature of man. It's not talking about actual what y'all call Satan or Lucifer, real name Halo. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's go back. Revelations chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil cometh down unto you having a great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time. Knowing that the physical nature has a short time, it's relating to the fact of that all physical matters of this universe going to come to a close. You understand me? It's all going to come to a close. See, so that time is short, because see, that time is short due to the fact of that time is symbolizes prophecy. You understand me? Because see, understand, the end of the world is based on astronomical cataclysmic events that's going to take place. You understand me? And the last days, they are political events. Both of them are political events, but the last days concerned, and it deals with the kingdom of Yahweh God being established. You understand me? So we are in the days of old, because Yahweh Shai came and established a divine governing system. And in that process, he put an end to a philosophical governing system of man. That's what y'all looking at, the downfall of the governing system of man, whether it's domestic or foreign. You understand me? See, y'all have to understand politics and religion, because that's what this whole thing is about, politics. The Bible is a political book. You understand me? And a lot of y'all lack understanding, so therefore you all die outside of your faith. Y'all live a lifestyle outside of your belief system. So therefore you are separated from Yahweh God. You understand me? You in idolization, so y'all die. You understand me? But yet, in y'all biblical teachings, y'all think that you all have life, but y'all really don't. You understand me? Hey, it is what, let's read that again. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe, destruction unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is the physical nature of man, come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. And these political events is being played out. So you can look at the physical nature of man. You can see the water. You can see the elements of this earth. You can see how it's all coming to a close. You can see how the nature of man and how it's living to this day. All things is coming to a close, and the physical nature understand that. You understand me? That's why these politicians have this these agendas out, like that Green New Deal, because they think that Green New Deal is going to stop the end. You understand me? They think that Green New Deal, or by you buying electric cars, that this world is not going to crack open. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so these are things that y'all have to learn and understand. And these things y'all don't understand, it's not being taught into the church, so therefore y'all die outside of y'all faith, not understanding the biblical scriptures. You understand me? I'm gonna hold it, I'm gonna give you an example. Let me get Isaiah 29, and I'm gonna get verse 11. I'm gonna start at verse 9. Isaiah 29, verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. And meaning that they quote from these scriptures, they walking into these scriptures, but they don't understand these scriptures. Because they're walking in the philosophy and the ideology of man. Because see, you have to understand, church is a religious government system of man. You understand me? And politically, the religious governance system of man, politically is called theocracy, but politically it's called the gate of gods. You understand me? Because Babylon is the gate of gods. You understand me? And America believes in God, but let's bring this up. Isaiah 29 verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and he hath closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers have he covered. Meaning that Yahweh God put the nation of Israel into a deep sleep. Meaning that they don't really understand what they're looking at. You understand me? That's why it's not about waking up to your nationality of who we are, because we are the children of Israel. It's about waking up to the elect of that nationality. You understand me? Because he put it in to Israel. You understand me? When you say Deuteronomy 9, he was going to create a new nation. He was going to put it into Israel heritage. You understand me? And he put it into that heritage, because that heritage of Israel was stripped away. That's why in the scriptures to this day it talks about the elect of Israel. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Verse 11. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which delivered to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed. Because the Bible is symbolic and metaphorically written. Because this book is closed. You understand me? See, so the time of end, when you go to Jeremiah, not Jeremiah, but Daniel 8 and 19, for at that time appointed the end shall be, and that end and that time is politically being played out. You understand me? It is what it is. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I am not learned, because he don't know, he don't have no understanding, he have no knowledge. You understand me? He go to worship, practice, just to go to worship and practice it. People say they believe in God just to say that they believe in God, but they really don't believe in God. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. So understand that talking about the devil is the physical nature. You understand me? And all these matters is going to come to a close. You understand me? Because that time is short. Let me get first. Let me go to Let me get 1 Corinthians. Let me get 1 Corinthians 7 and let me get verse 29. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both that they have wives be as though they have none, meaning that the time is short. It's okay to talk to a woman, yet at the end of the day, it's not time to be wrapped up into these women. It's not time to be wrapped up into these dating apps, especially when you go into these religious organizations, or what you want to call the church. Ain't nothing but a dating app. Ain't nothing but a dating app. You understand me? Church is a place where Christians meet up. You understand me? So that they won't continue to violate the commandments of Yahweh God. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. But understand that the time is short. Why? Because you have these political events that's taking place. You have these astronomical events that's taking place. You understand me? You have these political events that's being pushed, or these agendas that's being pushed, that's going to bring about the astronomical and cataclysmic event. Because the end of the world is based on these things, and all these material matters is going to come to a close. You understand me? You hear what it is. See, so understand that the devil, that the sinful nature of man has come down, because see, the sinful nature of man, or the devil of man, think that this world is not going to come to a close. A lot of you all thinking y'all mind in ideology that America's gonna last long. You understand me? A lot of y'all got a misunderstanding of the scriptures of prophecy due to the fact of that y'all religious leaders, they lack understanding in what they worship. They don't even understand biblical scriptures. You understand me? because see, understand, you have to be in a divine nature and you have to be chosen and called to prophesy these scriptures. You understand me? You just can't wake up and say you believe in God, open up the Bible and start breaking these scriptures down. Because then you're going to be lost. You're going to be off. You're not going to understand anything. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's go back. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both that they have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they weep not, and they rejoice as though they rejoice not. Meaning that it's okay to weep for happiness. It's okay to weep because you sad, but you just can't stay into that weeping process. You understand me? You can't stay rejoicing into that process. So everything that you get, everything you run across, you rejoice. Because everything that you run across is bad for you. But you don't understand it because it's not being taught on what is profane and what is not profane. The commandments is not being taught what is pure and what is not pure, what is clean and what is clean. You understand me? All right. Hey, it is what it is. Let's read verse 30 again. And they that weep as though they weep not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not. Meaning that it's okay to buy things, but yet it's not staying in that process of keep on continuously buying things. Like every other a set amount of money you buy this. Every set a piece of money you buy this, because see, everything that you buy are material matters, and those material matters are corrupt and they're going to come to a close. You understand me? See, so it's not time to be into the women, because women are philosophical nature of man. You understand me? It is what it is, but it's not time to be all into the women. Okay, it's okay to have a woman. It's okay to have a wife. You understand me? But yeah, you have to make time out and get these scriptures and lead. You understand me? It's just what it is. You understand me? See, so it's okay to have a wife, but it's not be all into the wives and be a gigolo, so to speak, hollering at all these women. You understand me? Or trying to be a player. It's not time to rejoice and to weep and to mourn into the philosophy and the ideology of man, whether it's good or bad. You understand me? That time is up. That time is short, because these events are taking place. Listen to what Yahweh Shai say. Let me get Luke 21 and 36. Luke 21 verse 36. I'm gonna start at verse 35. I'm gonna start at verse 34. No, matter of fact, Shalaki, let me get 33. Luke 21 verse 33. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass. Meaning that the heavens, the celestial beings, because the planets are celestial beings, and the earth is celestial being too. You understand me? They shall pass away, but his words not, meaning these commandments is not going to pass. You understand me? A sun is going to it's a ball of fire, and it's going to collapse and bust into a supernova and die. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so the celestial objects is going to come and go. Man is going to come and go. But these commandments is going to stay forever, because in this generation, you're going to have these commandments, and in the 12 generations later, you're going to have these same commandments. In the new world, you're going to have the same commandments. In the second Exodus, these commandments are still going to be here. When everything hit the fan, this Bible is still going to be here. You understand me? His words is not going nowhere. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this life, so that day come upon you unawareness. For as a snare shall it come to all of them that are dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that you may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and stand before the Son of Man. See, he said watch. See, so you have to watch these things. You have to watch these events. But the church is not designed to teach you what you watching. So as a result, y'all become blind, y'all sleep, y'all lack understanding, and y'all fall victim to the same system that you all support, and you die outside of your faith, despite of your confessions and your belief system. You understand me? It is what it is. Let's get back. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 31. And they that use this world, so like, let's start from 29 again. But this I say, brethren, that the time is short. It remaineth that both that they have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they weep not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and that they buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world and not abusing it. For the fashions of this world passeth away. Listen, for the fashions of this world passeth away, meaning all the material matter is going to come to a close. Car, money, materialism, fame, property, prestige, or whatever, all material matter is going to come to a close. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. In fact, let me get 1 John. Let me go to 1 John 2 and 16. But I'm gonna start at 15. 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And it's talking about the material matters. You understand me? The acts, the physical acts that man does. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of Yahweh abideth forever. Meaning that if you keep these commandments, you're going to receive salvation. But understand that outside of these commandments is death, and this world is coming to a close. Do you understand me? It is. Hey, it is what it is. Let's get back to Revelations. Let's read that again. Revelations chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. Meaning that time has come. That time is coming to an end. All material matter is going to come to a close. Let me go to Isaiah 65. And let me have verse 17. Isaiah 65, verse 17. For behold, I will create a new heaven and a new earth. See, that new heaven and the new earth, they are celestial beings. And the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind. And the former, talking about the lifestyle, the ideology, and the philosophy, will no more come into mind due to the fact of that we'll have the bodies. You understand me? Because Yahweh Shai put an end to the physical nature. You understand me? Let me go into the Apocrypha. I'm gonna get 2nd Ezra. I'm gonna get 2nd Ezra. I'm gonna get Second Ezra 7 and 43. Shalaki is 2nd Ezra 7 and 43. 2nd Ezra chapter 7 verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of immortality for to come, wherewith corruption is past. See, corruption is past. The philosophical nature of man will no longer exist. You understand me? We'll have new bodies. You understand me? New minds, so the former things won't even come into mind. The philosophy of man won't even come into mind. You understand me? Meaning that we won't remember no car, you won't remember a microwave, you won't remember no song, You won't remember nothing of this world because all the matters, material matters of the world, religiously, ideology, politically, all of it gonna come to a close. You understand me? Verse 44. Intemperance is at the end. Infidelity is cut off. Righteousness is grown, and the truth is sprung up. Meaning that when everything's said and done, these commandments is going to last. These commandments is still going to be standing. You understand me? When that ground crack open, and those that survive that ground from cracking open, they gonna learn and understand that Yahweh God exists. They gonna learn and understand to keep these commandments. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let me go back to Isaiah. Let me get Isaiah 1 and 4. Isaiah 51 verse 4. Hearken unto me, my people. See, listen to the nation of Israel. And give an ear unto me, O my nation. For a law proceed from me, and I will make judgment to the rest for a light of the people. And he's talking about Yahweh Shai. You understand me? Because he judgment. Now, that light to other people, talking about the Gentile nation. Because the Gentile nation is going to come and they're going to learn the commandments. Because the commandment was never given to them. They never was taught the commandments, so they don't know how to be obedient. So once they learn the commandments, they're going to be obedient in the kingdom. Because the kingdom of Yahweh God is reverse slavery. You understand me? Let's read that again. Hearken unto me, my people, talking about the people of Israel. And give an ear unto me, O my nation. For a law proceeded from me, and I will make my judgment to rest for a light of the people. My righteousness is near, my salvation going forth. My eyes, and my arms shall judge the people, and the axles shall wait upon me, and on my arms shall they trust. And he talking about Yahweh Shai. You understand me? Because see, Yahweh Shai is going to come and redeem the nation of Israel, right? And in that process of the nation of Israel being redeemed, coming back, the Gentiles are going to come too. Due to the fact that he's going to go back into the old days of how it's supposed to be. The children of Israel exercise lordship over the Gentiles. Because the kingdom of God is a divine governance system. And that divine governance system is the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so they're going to trust on them, and his arm is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh God, arm is Yahweh Shai. You understand me? It is what it is. Verse 6. Lift up your eyes to the heavens and look upon the earth beneath. For the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment, and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. Meaning that the people that's not saved, that's not elect, they're going to die. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is when these events take place. But my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished. See, so their righteousness, these commandments is not going to go nowhere. They're not going to be abolished when these events take place. You understand me? See, so that's why it's time to come in and understand what y'all worship. You understand me? Because see, at the end of the day, y'all die in idolization. You understand me? See, so we living in the times to where you have the physical nature of man is very deceitfulness. Why? Because you can see the philosophical the philosophy of man increasing. You understand me? At each presidential, or every two years, or every 4 years, any presidential elections. You understand me? You have philosophy increasing because this book is closed. You understand me? So the only thing you have is philosophy right now, and that increased in the 1400s, but in the Renaissance period, I think what in humanism. You understand me? When they revisit the scriptures, because see, a lot of these doctrines that y'all are into stand from the Greek and Roman philosophers. You understand me? They stand from Plato, Aristotle, and whatnot, Demetrius, Democritus. You understand me? See, there are things that y'all have to understand. And the church is not designed to teach you. You understand me? See, so it's time to wake up and understand what you worship. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is because why these events is taking place. You understand me? Let me get Romans 13 and 11 right quick. Romans chapter 13 verse 11. And that knowing that time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Meaning that these events done took place and y'all like understanding that these events taking place, so they was confusing to you all. You understand me? Y'all don't understand. Y'all not looking and understanding that the prophecies are being fulfilled through these politicians, legislations, and agenda, and these cataclysmic political events that's taking place astronomically as well. You understand me? See, that's why he said watch in these things, but y'all don't know what to watch for because the church is not designed to teach you on what you're watching. You understand me? See, so the end is coming. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's go to verse 9. Awake, and put on thy strength, O arm of the Lord. Awake as in the ancient days, in the generation of old. You understand me? See, so wake up and understand that in the generation of old, that things gonna go back to where they used, how they supposed to be, to where the children of Israel is ruling this world, because the world was made for Israel to rule. You understand me? But through the lack of not gonna say the lack, but the rejection and the lack of belief, Israel went into slavery. And you had other nations that ruled over the children of Israel religiously, politically, and economically, culturally as well, dietarily as well, because y'all think that it's okay to eat pork, knowing that that's a dietary law. But yet, through democracy and religious teachings, y'all violate the commandments. You understand me? So y'all live a lifestyle outside of y'all belief system. You understand me? All right, hey, it is what it is. See, so that's what y'all have to understand. Let's get 52. Let's go to Isaiah 52 and 1. Isaiah 52 and 1. Awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come unto thee uncircumcised and unclean. Meaning that it's time to wake up and understand and exercise these commandments. You understand me? Because see, to understand that these ribbons, I mean not the ribbons, but the borders of blue, the fringes symbolize that we are the nation of Israel. That lets you know who we are as a nation, as a people. You understand me? Because see, with these fringes on, you are able to keep the commandments because you can remember the commandments. You understand me? See, so when you have these fringes on, you're thinking about the commandments, because that separates you. These fringes and the borders of blue separates me from a lot of other nations. You understand me? And even some of the Israelites that are asleep and like understanding, it still separates me from them too also. You understand me? Because it keeps you into the commandments. See, so it's time to exercise the commandments, because once you exercise the commandments, you understanding that we are the children of Israel. You understand me? And the commandment was given for us to rule. Yet we are not going to rule right now due to the fact that Esau is in the power right now. But once these events take place and the government system of man come to an end, that's when these commandments is going to rule. That's when we're going to come into power. You understand me? Right now we're in the power, but right now you can see the philosophy, the ideology of man increase. You understand me? Because the scriptures is not being taught. The church is a religious organization embracing the philosophical agendas of the Democrats. The church is embracing and pushing the philosophy of the commandments. You understand me? Because the commandments is split into two. You have a divine and a philosophical system, and the church focuses on the philosophical system. Why? Because in life we have the issues of life, and those issues are philosophical, social issues. You understand me? And those social issues, lifestyle, ideology, going to come to a fruit. You understand me? So it's time to wake up. Verse 2. Shake thyself from the dust, and arise, sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself yourself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughters of Zion. Meaning that it's time to shake off the physical nature, trying to shake off the religious ideology of man, and keep these commandments and focus on these commandments. You understand me? Because the time is short. You understand me? Because these events is taking place, so it's time to wake up and understand and keep these commandments, understanding what you worship. You understand me? Because this world will come to a close. You understand me? And it's coming to a close. Hey, it is what it is. In fact, let me go into the book of Hosea. Let me get Hosea 6:1 right quick. And then 6:1. But before I get that, let me go back into the book of Revelations. And let me have 18, and then let me get I'm gonna go down to I'm gonna start at verse 4. Revelations chapter 18 verse 4. And I heard another voice saying, come out of her, my people. So what do you mean by come out of her? Meaning that separate from the cultural practices of America. Mean come out of her religiously, economically, politically, culturally, dietarily, and socially. You understand me? So it's time to come out of America. That don't mean leave America, but talking about America and its practices and its holidays and its festivals, its religious ceremonies. You understand me? It's time to come out of America. Let's read that again. And I heard another voice saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not her plague. For her sins have reached the heavens, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquity, because her sins have reached the heavens due to the fact of that you have Barack Obama signed homosexuality in the law. So America is a land of homosexuality marriage that can take place federally. You understand me? Now you got some of the states that go up against it, because then you have the state's constitution and you have the federal constitution. Yet at the end of the day, the federalization of same-sex marriage was signed by Barack Obama. You understand me? Its sins have reached the heavens. Why? Due to the fact of that now we living in a society in America where men is women and women is men. You understand me? Men wearing pocketbooks, men wearing tight clothes, women looking like men, trans surgery, transgender surgery, removable parts, and whatnot. You understand me? See, so we living in a time to where the philosophy and the ideology is so great to where the commandments and Yahweh God don't exist in this world. You understand me? See, so it's time to wake up and understand that the time is coming to an end. That times are politically being played out, and if you understand these events, you will know and understand that salvation is near. Go back to Romans 13, knowing that it's high time to wake up, because salvation is nearer than we believe. Because you have a lot of these events being played out, but yet y'all don't understand the events that have taken place. So therefore, y'all like understanding the biblical prophecy. So it comes unto you unawareness. That's why Yahweh Shai say watch. But y'all don't know what to watch, so it comes to you unawareness. You understand me? Same thing with Noah. It came to him, they ain't believe it until it happened. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's read that again. Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice saying, a voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. And that's talking about the nation of Israel. That ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not her plagues. Because why? You can see the plagues that's taking place in America. You understand me? Them plagues is not just economically, but they culturally and they're politically as well. You understand me? You got these plagues that's going to take place in America. And when y'all go to the media outlets, that's what y'all looking at, the end of America. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. What was that? Yeah, verse 5. For her sins have reached unto the heavens, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquity. Meaning that this system been for a long time. You understand me? Let me go into the book of Jeremiah 51, and I believe what, 7? Jeremiah 51 verse 7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. Listen, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. And all the earth are drunken off Babylonia, because see, Babylonia was from in the beginning of the second world. See, Babylon is a monarchy system that composed of two governing systems. You have the divine and the philosophical system. The philosophical system is called the monarchy. The religious system of Babylon is called the gate of gods. You understand me? But then, like with today in America, America is a Babylonian system. But understand that when it comes to religion, in the third or the fourth century, that's when you have monotheistic religion popping up, meaning that they believe only in one God. But prior to the monotheistic religion, you had all these polytheistic religions: Babylonians, the Akkadians, the Persians, the Medes, the Syrians, the Greeks, the Romans. They all have multiple. They all believe in multiple gods. The Canaanites, the northern Canaanites, the southern Canaanites. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so this system been existing in the Lord's hand for a long time, all the way to now. You understand me? Listen to what Paul say. Let's go back to Romans. Let me get back to Romans 13. Let me start at 11. Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing that time, that now is high time to wake out of sleep, for our salvation nearer than we believe. Verse 12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and put on the armor of light. Meaning that let's stop. It's time to stop to exercising the governing system of man, because the governing system of man is dark, and the commandments is light. Yahweh is that light. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's get John 11. Let's get verse John. Let me get John 11, and then let me get 10. John chapter 11, verse 10. But if a man walk at night, he stumbleth, because there is no light in him, meaning that he don't know where he's walking to. And the commandments is a light, because you know what you worship. Do you understand me? Let me get to Proverbs 6 and 23 right quick. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and the reproof of instructions are the way of life. Meaning the commandments is a lamp, it's a light, so you can be able to see. You understand me? So if you walk in the dark, you won't be able to see. And the darkness is the commandments of man, because you don't know what the commandments of man worship. They worship all type of material matters. You understand me? So you can't see where you're going, so therefore you are blind. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let me get Daniel, let me go and get Daniel 8 and 23. Daniel chapter 8, verse 23. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to a full, a king of fierce continuance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. Now those dark sentences is what you call policies and regulations of man. that's going to come into place, and you can see them standing right now. Because why? See, understand that the Republican represents a divine governance system, but now you have a lot of Democrats, socialists, those that represents the governance system of man. You can see it increasing politically here in America. Because see, on the way to destroy America is to destroy America from within, and y'all looking at America being destroyed within. You understand me? Because see, y'all have to understand capitalism, and y'all have to understand socialism, and and y'all have to understand racism. You understand me? Because see, racism is the attack against socialism. Racism do not deal with skin color, but those that lack understanding, low IQ those, y'all think it's about color, but it's not. You understand me? Because everything that took place in America, here and overseas, domestic or foreign, is all written in these scriptures. You understand me? It's just that the Bible is a political book, but y'all use it as a religious book and to promote y'all religious teachings. You understand me? So therefore, y'all cause people to err. So a lot of you all going to die in idolization. You understand me? A lot of you going to die in iniquity because y'all live a lifestyle outside of your belief system, because you're not told what is clean and what is clean and what is pure and what is not pure. You don't know the commandments. You understand me? Because to know the commandments is to know God. To know God is to know the commandments. And the first commandment, second, and the third. You understand me? Idolization. Anything outside of the commandment is sorcery and witchcraft. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so understand that it's time to exercise these commandments. You understand me? It's time to walk into this light. You understand me? Because the times are short. The political cataclysmic events is taking place. You understand me? Hosea chapter 6 verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn, he will heal us, he hath smitten, and he will bind us up. Now let's read that again. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn, and he will heal us. Now when he said that he hath torn, meaning that Yahweh Shai. And what Yahweh Shai did was torn the philosophy of man, because that philosophy of man is a barrier. You understand me? Go back to John 4 and 4. You adulterers and adulterers. No, you're not friendship, but the world is the enmity, that barrier, that friendship of the world, that barrier is what we call philosophy. You understand me? Go back to Daniel 12 and 4. You understand me? Because you're going to have the knowledge going to increase. That knowledge is philosophy. You understand me? See, so you have philosophy being increased. Because, see, understand, the commandments is not being taught on the highways nor into the religious organizations that y'all are into, or what y'all want to call a church. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. So what he did was he tore the philosophy and the religious ideology of man. He tore it up. You understand me? Let me get Matthew Matthew 27. And let me get 51. But I'm going to start at 50. Matthew 27 verse 50. Yahweh Shai, when he cried again with a loud voice, yelled up the ghost. And behold, a veil of the temple was rent and twined from top to bottom. And the earth did quake, and the rocks rent, and graves were open, and many bodies of the saints which slept arose. Now when it said graves was open, and many of the saints that slept arose, he's not talking about the dead coming out of the grave and walking into the city, like how he raised Lazarus up. What he talking about is the philosophy and the ideology of man. That is death. You understand me? They are engraved. You understand me? They engraved to the philosophy and ideology of man. Like to this day, y'all engraved to democracy. Cause democracy got y'all captive. Cause democracy is a philosophical view. But y'all don't understand democracy, so it got you captive to it tells you, it controls who you vote for and what your belief system is and what you believe in and what you support. All through democracy, because democracy is the governing system of man. It's the philosophical view of man. And it goes against Yahweh God. Democracy is wickedness. Even it's a philosophy of man, but yet Sean Penn, Kim Jong, Moody, Putin, they're against democracy. Even in South Africa, against democracy, because democracy is very wicked. It makes and breaks a country. You understand me? It is what it is, and a lot of you all are captive to the religious, political ideology of man. You understand me? See, so he have torn that philosophical view down. Let's read that again. Matthew 27, verse 51. And behold, the veil of the temple was rent and twined from top to bottom, and the earth did quake, which is what you had a cataclysmic, not a cataclysmic event, but you had a natural Mother Nature, a natural event that took place. You understand me? Like how to this day you have earthquakes. Like I was in New York City, right? Because I'm from New York, and I was upstate New York, and I think because you have some quakes too up in the northeastern of the country, and you can see it shake a little bit. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's go back. 52. And the graves were open, and many of the body of the saints arose, slept, meaning that they arose. They arose, meaning that they no longer sleep. Now they are able to understand. You understand me? So they came out of the they came out of the graveyard. They came out of the physical nature of man. They came out of that serpent of man. You understand me? So now they be able to see and understand what they're looking at. They can see beyond the physical nature. You understand me? And a lot of you all get stuck in the physical nature because y'all don't understand the physical nature. You understand me? Y'all don't understand what this game is about. So y'all die to the system. You understand me? Let's read 52 again. And graves were open, and many of the bodies of the saints which slept arose, and came out of the grave after his resurrection, and he went into the holy city and appeared to many. Now when it said he came out of the grave, talking about Yahweh Shai. Now when he said go to the city to see many, he's not talking about everybody that was along with him when he first came. You understand me? That many are the elect. That many are those that are chosen. Do you understand? Many are those that are chosen. Let me get Ephesians 2. And let me start at 14. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 14. For he is our peace. He hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us, having abolished in the flesh the enmity, and the enmity is the barrier, even the law of the commandments contained in ordinance, for to make himself a twine one new man, and making peace, and he that might reconcile both unto one in the body by the cross, having slain enmity thereby. Let's read verse 16 again. And that they might reconcile both unto Yahweh in one body by the cross, having slain the enmity thereby. And the enmity that is saying, talking about the physical nature of man. See, so when the Bible talk about the flesh of man, he's talking about the physical nature of man. When the Bible speaks about the serpent, it's talking about the lower nature of man, sexually as well. Why? Because Psalm 51, we are born into that sinful nature. See, so we are born how can I put it? Like by nature. Because Yahweh God made man, he made the birds, he made animals, man, and a woman bird to multiply. You understand me? So by nature, physical nature, we gonna produce and multiply. Do you understand me? It is what it is. Alright? But he's talking about the flesh. And came and preached peace unto which were far off, and to them that were nigh. And he's talking about those that far off. They're talking about the Hellenized Israelites, because a lot of the Israel was Hellenized because they made covenant. You understand me? In fact, let me go back into the Apocrypha. Let me get the book of Maccabees. I'm gonna get the I'm go to the book of First Maccabees in the Apocrypha, and I'm gonna get first chapter, and I'm gonna get verse 11. First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11. In those days there went out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go to and make a covenant with the heathens that are round and about us. Verse 13. Then certain other people were so forward therein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen. And they made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and they were sold to do mischief. See what I'm saying? See, so understand that a lot of them established covenants and followed the other Gentile nations instead of keeping these commandments and following these commandments. They follow other nations. You understand me? Let's read let's read that again. Let's finish up. Verse 17. And came and preached peace unto you which were far off, and to them that were nigh, meaning that those that was close, those that still worship Yahweh Shai, Yahweh God, and believed in the biblical prophecy. You understand me? So he spoke to both. He spoke to the nation of Israel and also to the Gentile nations. For through him we both have access by one Spirit unto the Father. See, so by him we have access to the Father. So he tore down that middle, that religious philosophical views of man, to where we don't have to go to the philosophy of man to reach to that divine nature. We have access to that divine nature through Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is the commandments. You understand me? you understand me? And he brought obedience, and by obedience we are able to walk in the divine nature and overcome the physical nature of man. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let me get what I have brought. Oh, I forgot. Let me get into the Barak back in the pocket for Barak and 1. Barak, chapter 4 in the Apocrypha, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh, and the law that endureth forever. All that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Meaning that we'll be the elect. We'll be illuminated. We'll be lightened. Like we be the elect. Take hold of these commandments. You understand me? It's time to take hold of these commandments, because this world is coming to a close. It's time to wake up and understand what you worship. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's get back. Hosea chapter 6 verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn, he will heal us, he hath smitten, and he will bind us up. He had torn down the philosophical religious ideology of man, and he had healed us through the stripes. You understand me? Through his death we were healed. You understand? Let me go to Isaiah 53. And let me get I'm gonna start at I'm gonna go 4. Isaiah 53, Shalaki, verse 5. Verse 5. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we were healed. Now let's go down to verse 10. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him, he hath put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul as an offering for sin, and he shall see his seed. And when he say he shall see his seed, he's talking about the elect of Israel. Because when you go back to let me hold that. Let me get the Micaiah 5, and then let me get verse 3. Micaiah chapter 5 verse 3. Therefore will he give them up until the time that she which traveleth brought forth. Then the remnant of his brethren shall return unto the children of Israel. See, that remnant is going to return. You understand me? It is what it is. All right, let's read verse 10 again. Isaiah 53 verse 10. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him, he hath put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed, he shall prolong his days, and the pleasures of the Lord shall prosper in his hand. And he's seen his seed, because he's seen the elect whom he had chosen. You understand me? hey, it is what it is. Let's finish up, because I think it's about to get ready to rain, so I'm going to wrap it up in a minute. Hosea chapter 6 verse 2. Let's finish up. Verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn, he will heal us, he hath smitten, and he will bind us up. And he hath smitten, meaning that he came against the physical nature of man. You understand me? He came against the physical nature of man. He put he put an end to the physical nature by coming and establishing a divine governing system. You understand me? Let me get Romans 8. Let me get Romans 8 and 3. I'm gonna start at 8. I'm gonna start at 1. No, I'm gonna get 3. Romans chapter 8 verse 3. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, Yahweh sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh, for sin condemned sin in the flesh. And he's talking about sin in the flesh. He's talking about the philosophical views, those philosophical issues, those philosophical political ideology. Put like they said, the whole philosophical views of man. You understand me? His actions. You understand me? Let's read that again. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, Yahweh was sending his son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh. See, so he condemned sin in that flesh. Let's go down to verse 7. Because the carnal mind is an enmity with Yahweh. Now the carnal mind, that's the physical mind, right? It's the physical matter. Because the carnal mind is an enmity with Yahweh, for it is not subject to the laws of Yahweh, neither it can be. See, so it can't be. Let me go back a chapter to Romans 7 and let me get to verse 5. Romans chapter 7 verse 5. For when we were in the flesh, the motions of sin, which were by the law, did work in our members, to bring forth fruit unto death. But now we are delivered from the law, and being dead from wherein we were held, that we should serve the newness of spirit and not in the oldness of the letter. And he's talking about walking in the divine nature, not in the philosophical nature, because the philosophical nature of man leads to death. You understand me? So it's time to walk in the divine nature, not in the philosophical nature, because these events is taking place. This salvation is near, the end is at hand. You understand me? Let's go back. And he gonna bind us up. You understand me? See, so when we come to the Lord, we are healed, and he gonna bind us up. Talking about the elect of Israel being gathered together. Let me get Genesis 49 and 10 right quick. Genesis 49 verse 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor the lawgiver between his feet, until Shalom is come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. You understand me? Let me get Micaiah. Let me get Micaiah 2 and 12 right quick. Micaiah chapter 2 verse 12. I will surely assemble, O Jacob, of all of thee. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel and put them together in the sheep of Bozrah as the flock in the midst of their fold. They shall make great noise by reasons of the multitude of men. And talking about those commandments, exercising those commandments. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let me finish up. Hosea. Hosea chapter 6, verse 2. And after 2 days he will revive us. In the third day he will raise us up. And we are in them 3,000 years. And we shall live in his sight. And we are in his sight. You understand me? We're in them 3,000 years and we living in his sight by keeping these commandments. You understand me? Let me get Psalms 44. Let me get Psalms 34. And 15. Shalaki, let me get Zephaniah. Shalaki, let me get Zephaniah. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 20. At that time will I bring you again, even that time that I will gather you. For I will make you a name and a praise amongst all the people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. You understand me? See, so he gonna make us to rule again. He gonna bring us back into that land once we come and learn come unto the Lord. You understand me? And understanding what you worship. You understand me? Let me get I'm gonna go to Isaiah 44 and let me get 22. Isaiah 44 verse 22. I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, and as a cloud thy sins. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. See, so return to Yahweh Shai, he have redeemed us. You understand me? So it's time to come out of America and time to keep these commandments, because these events is taking place and this world will come to a close, whether you accept it or not, whether you believe it or not. At the end of the day, prophecy will come to pass. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let me finish up with Hosea. Hosea chapter 6 verse 3. Then we know if we follow, then shall we know if we follow on to know the Lord. His going forth is prepared as the morning, and he shall come unto us as the rain, as the latter and former rain unto the earth. Meaning that then we shall know if we follow him on to know the Lord. Meaning that we're gonna know the Lord. Why? Because the world is going to hate us, because we are against the world and the world is against Yahweh God. You understand me? Let me get John 7. Let me have John 7 and 7 right quick. John chapter 7 verse 7. The world cannot hate you, but it hated me because I testify of it, that the works therefore are evil. Meaning that the works of man are evil, wickedness, outside of the commandments. Talking about politically, religiously, economically, and culturally. The lifestyle of America is outside of the commandments. Anything outside of the commandments is death. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so the world can't hate me, but they hate Christ, because the world testifies against the cultural practices of America. You understand me? The religious ideology and the philosophy of these religious organizations. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so the world can't hate you. You understand me? But yet it can hate me once I stand and embrace these commandments. Now, if I reject the commandments, embrace the commandments of man, the world cannot hate me. You understand me? Listen to what Yahweh Shai said, John 17 and verse 14. John chapter 17 verse 14. I have given them thy word, and the world has hated them because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Meaning that the world going to hate us. Why? Because we exercise these commandments and keep these commandments. You understand me? See, so no matter where you go in this world, in America or where you go, people going to come up against you. Why? Because we are in a spiritual war, in a spiritual battle, and it's being played out politically, religiously, economically. You understand me? And culturally as well. Y'all don't understand this whole game. You understand me? We are in a battle. You understand me? Politically, you can see the capitalism and socialism. You understand me? And we're going to get into these things. Do you understand me? It is what it is. See, so the world is going to hate you because the world goes against Christ. You understand me? Let me get Colossians 2 and 8 right quick. Colossians chapter 2 verse 8. Be aware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after traditions of men, after the ruminants of this world, and not after Christ. You understand me? Because the philosophy and the ideology goes against the Bible, goes against God, makes a mockery out of your God. You understand me? See, so either you're going to keep the commandments and go against the world, or the world going to go against you're going to keep the commandments and go against the world, or you're going to embrace the commandments of man and go against God and become an enemy to God. Yahweh. You understand me? There is no in-between in this game. You understand me? That's why y'all need to learn to understand what y'all worship, because there is no in-between. You understand me? That's called the lifestyle of iniquity. You understand me? And then he ain't going to know you. Why? Because he don't know whether you how to code. You understand me? Because you don't know who you obeying or who you listening to. Y'all run to this philosophical nature. Y'all believe in this divine scripture. Believe in this philosophical system. You understand me? Y'all stumble. Y'all drunk. Y'all don't know. You understand me? And y'all fall victim to idolization. You understand me? To where y'all die outside of y'all faith. Let me get Matthew 10 and 22 right quick. Matthew chapter 10 verse 22. And you shall be hated of men, of all men, for my name's sake. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Meaning that people is going to hate me. And right now to this day, you have my co-workers that come up against me, even though I vibe and talk with them. But yet when we hold conversations, regardless of whatever it be, I'm against it. I'm against the world and this ideology and philosophy. And the world and this ideology and philosophy is against me. You understand me? See, so the world hate me. The world don't like me. But I don't give a fuck. You understand me? I don't care. You understand me? Because it's about keeping these commandments, because at the end of the road, we all die. You understand me? But I understand and know what I'm worshiping. You understand me? That's why it don't bother me. But y'all need to learn and understand what y'all worshiping. You understand? It is what it is. Let me get 1 Peter 1 and 20. 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 20. But let me start at 19. Yeah. Verse 19. But with the precious blood of Christ, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot, who verily was foreordained before the foundation of the world, but was manifested in the last times to you. Meaning that he was called long before the world, but he came and manifested himself in the last times. You understand me? Let me get Hebrews 1 and 1 right quick. Hebrews chapter 1 verse 1. Yahweh, who at sundry times in divers manners spoke in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, have in these last days spoken to us by his Son. See, so he's spoken to us by his Son in his last days, that we are in these 3,000 years. You understand me? He done already bonded us up. You understand me? It is what it is. Let me go back to Jeremiah 3. And let me get 14. Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you. And meaning that we are married. So understand that we have that covenant, that physical covenant. And that's an everlasting covenant. You understand me? And I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you into Zion. And he talking about the city, talking about Jerusalem. You understand me? Because Jerusalem is the capital of the 12 tribes of Israel. Like in America, Washington, D.C. is the nation's capital. You understand me? And he talking about the two families is the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. The northern kingdom is what we call Ephraim or Joseph, and the southern kingdom is what we call Judah or Jerusalem. You understand me? So he's going to bring the both kingdoms together, go back into the land of Israel. You understand me? Hey, you understand? Hey, it is what it is. Let's go down to verse 22. Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 22. Return ye backsliding children, and I will heal your backsliding. Behold, we come unto thee, for thou art the Lord Yahweh. See, so it's time to return to Yahweh God. It's time to return and keep these commandments and follow Yahweh Shai, because the world is coming to a close. You understand me? Because his salvation is near. You understand me? Let's get that Revelations again. I'm gonna end it with that right there. Romans 13 and 11. Romans chapter 13 verse 11. And that knowing that time, that now is high time to wake out of sleep, for our salvation nearer than we believe. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly in the day, not rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envy. And he's talking about let us walk in the commandments, because those are nothing but philosophical issues. Those are philosophical motions of the flesh. You understand me? Put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai, and make no provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. Meaning that put on Yahweh Shai, time to be obedient. Because once you obedient, and then you gonna obey the lustful nature of man. You understand me? You gonna fall. You gonna be captive to the physical nature of man, and this ideology or its imagination. By walking in the divine spirit. That's why Yahweh God say, keep your mind and your heart on the commandments. You know what I mean? Let the commandments be between your eyes, so that you can be able to see, because these commandments is light. You understand me? And Yahweh Shai is that light. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so when you walk in Yahweh Shai, you walking in that light. You understand me? Hey. Hey, it is what it is. In fact, let me get that what you say? I am the light of the world. Yeah, let's go to John 14 and 20. Shilaki, verse 19. John chapter 14, verse 19. Yet a little while, and the world seeth me no more, but ye shall see, because I live, ye shall live also. Meaning that the world is not going to see how it's like for a little bit. You understand me? See, so when he came back, he didn't appear to everybody. He only appeared to the elect of Israel only, not to many people. You understand me? He didn't appear to all, but to those that were chosen. You understand me? Let me get Acts let me get Acts 10, and let me get 39. Acts chapter 10 verse 39. And we are here witness of all these things which he did both in the land of the Jews and in Jerusalem, who they slew and hanged on a tree. Him Yahweh raised up the third day and showed him openly, not to all people, listen, not to all people, but unto the witnesses chosen before Yahweh, even to us who did eat and drink with him after he rose from the dead. Meaning he didn't appear to everybody, so everybody really don't believe. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is, but understand that he is that light. You understand? Hey, it is what it is. You understand me? See, so understand that understand what you worshiping, and understand what this game is about.